there is a tendency, Baptists especially, to try and paint the picture that every time the Bible uses wine in a positive sense, it means grape juice. It means very, very low alcohol content wine. When is wine used in Scripture? I know for weddings and offerings, I think. Anywhere else you're aware of? Not like in a ceremonial sense. Again, it is used in the case of the dead. Not the dead, but the dying. So there is another case of it, and that is Proverbs 31. Listen, my son, listen, son of my womb. Listen, my son, and answer to my prayers. Do not spend your strength on women, your vigor on those who ruin kings. It is not for kings, Lemuel. Look, it is not for kings, Lemuel. It is not for kings to drink wine, not for rulers to crave beer, lest they drink and forget what has been decreed and deprive all the oppressed for their rights. So what is this saying? You need to have your head on your shoulders if you're going to be a ruler, if you're going to be a leader. You need to have a good head on your shoulders, and you don't need to be constantly intoxicated or anything like that. Instead, let beer be for those who are perishing, wine for those who are in anguish. So here's another case, Juju, of it being used, but it's being used here almost in a medicinal sense. For those who are perishing, for those who are in anguish. Let them drink and forget their poverty and remember their misery no more. So those who are perishing, those who are in anguish. So that's another case where scripturally it talks about its use. Castanet says, I think people, especially in Baptist circles, can forget that part of God's intended purpose for mankind is to have joy. It's true. Now that joy is specifically found in God, but I think enjoying God's creation is finding your joy in Him. Yes, if we go to 1 Timothy 6:17, command those who are rich in this present world not to be arrogant, nor to put their hope in wealth, which is so uncertain. Okay? So if you're rich, you're not to be arrogant or put your hope in wealth. It's uncertain. But to put their hope in God, who richly provides us with everything for our enjoyment. Here, God richly provides us with everything for our enjoyment. And it's very often missed in many, many Christian circles. It's a shame. Does it make a distinction between fermented wine versus non-fermented wine? I've done extensive studies. I've done extensive studies in the Hebrew and Greek words that are used for wine. There are some distinctions. Beer, strong drink, wine, those things are used. But there is a tendency, Baptists especially, to try and paint the picture that every time the Bible uses wine in a positive sense, it means grape juice. It means very, very low alcohol content wine. There's a tendency to try and do that. I'm going to tell you honestly, from all my studies, I've done extensive research into the original Greek and Hebrew words. I think that is special pleading. I think people are trying to make the scriptures say something it's not. They have a preconceived notion that they think alcohol is evil and bad, and they are trying to push it onto the scriptures. And so every time the Bible talks about alcohol positively, they try to say, oh, look, it's just grape juice. It's really, really low ABV. Nobody could get drunk off that stuff. That's not what they're saying. And so it's a good question. The Bible does have different words for, it has strong drink, which would probably be, the things we might consider, as a higher ABV level wine or different things like that. It has beer, and it has other things like that. Yeah, there are different words used in the Bible for it, but ultimately, I do think it's special pleading to try and say that every good use of the word wine in the Bible is somehow has to be a reference to grape juice. You're just trying to read your own preference into the scriptures at that point. Castanet says, that's why I like how the Westminster Shorter Catechism puts it. Man's chief end is to glorify God and enjoy him forever. Yeah, I love that, Castanet. Absolutely. Afflin says, if it was grape juice, why would it be separated from any other drink? Also, if it's grape juice, why would the same word use for negative effects? Exactly, Afflin. And then also, if it's grape juice, why does it gladden man's heart? To me, that's a clear reference to its inebriating qualities. Hey guys, Pastor Tanner here. I hope you enjoyed that video. Likes and subscribes are always appreciated. And if you scroll down to the description, you can join our Twitch or our Discord, where we would love for you to plug into our community. Take care. God bless. Bye now.